The top stories. Burials are cancelled as cemetery workers go on strike. A motorcyclist father of two dies in a road accident with a transport board bus. And Carl Lewis offers tips to talented Bajan athletes. Welcome to Nation News for Wednesday, July the 8th, 2015. Funeral directors say they are beginning to feel the squeeze on the first day of a strike by cemetery workers of the Sanitation Service Authority. All burials at government-run cemeteries have been put on hold as a result of the action sanctioned by the National Union of Public Workers in its dispute with DIDC. The director of Brian's funeral home, Gail Pettis, told Nation News she was forced to take a body back to storage when the funeral service ended. She said such situations could prove to be extremely distressing for families. When Nation News visited Westbury Cemetery, an official said two funerals were scheduled for the day, but both had to be cancelled. At news time, NUPW officials were still locked in talks with Labour Minister Senator Esther Bajan at her warden's office. The union has made it clear that it will only be satisfied if the 10 IDC workers aged 60 or over are reinstated or pay their salaries until they reach the retirement age of 67. If this is not done by Friday, they say a national shutdown will be called, though presumably this would require the backing of the BWU. A 23-year-old motorcyclist died overnight after an accident with a transport board bus on Welch's Road, St. Michael, which also left 9 people injured. John David Murray of Roxy Gap Eagle Hall, St. Michael, died at the QEH where he was taken by ambulance. The bus was driven by Ivan Goodrich. 9 passengers on the bus complained of injuries, although none appeared to be serious. The invasion of seaweed may be nearing the end phase. Marine scientist Robert Webster of the Texas A&M University in the United States has told Nation News that there should be a gradual reduction in seaweed on our shores from the end of this month if current weather patterns hold. He said the situation in Barbados only seems overwhelming because the island does not have the equipment and trained personnel as they do in Texas. Mr. Webster added, however, that this country seems to be on the right track in dealing with the problem. Panamanian students and teachers are coming to K-Phil from next January to study English. The news came from Panama's President Juan Carlos Varela during a visit to the campus, where he endorsed the university's English as a second language program. He said he looked forward to sending the first batch of students to UWI from January to learn English or upgrade their proficiency in the language. To crop over now, and the popular Fantastic Weekend is approaching. Here's Natasha Beckles.
Steel pan lovers will be in their element this weekend, starting with Friday's First Citizens Pan Fusion, which is being staged at Elara Court in association with ICBL. Speaking during a site visit on Tuesday, the NCF's Karen Pastena said the stage is set and all systems are a go. The event will feature one of the island's top panists, Ziggy, as well as a battle of the sexes with an all-female band facing off against an all-male band. The action moves to the north on Saturday for the Spitestone Market and Pan around the town. That event will include local art and crafts, a farmers market, a street food festival, and of course a sweet pan party. Event producer Stacey O'Brien shared the details during a press briefing earlier this week.
Saturday, however, is going to be a full day of fun-filled family activity in Spitestone, taking in every scene and every corner of the city. From as early as 10 in the morning, we are going to have our folk groups and community groups on our community stage. This is the stage in the area of Chapel Street where we close off the road, as you are aware.
The weekend will culminate with Massey Pan Pandisan at Brandon's Beach on Sunday.
In sport, young athletes have been receiving some tips from track and field legend Carl Lewis, who was on a short visit to Barbados. Speaking to the Nation News during a clinic at the National Stadium, the former Olympic sprint and long jump champion said he was looking forward to having top athletes, junior athletes, Tristan Evelyn and Mario Berg join him at the University of Houston, where Lewis is a coach.
No, they're two great athletes, and they're going to do very well at Houston. The weather is very similar. I'm excited about the prospects of what our university is doing. We're coming this year with Mario. We have the #1 recruiting class for sprinters and hurdlers in the nation of all schools in the United States. So Mario's coming into the team of the future. There'll be 9 freshmen. He'll be one of 9 freshman men coming in, and we'll be the best sprint corps in the country with almost all freshmen.
The usually voluble Lewis said he was not caught up in the debate surrounding the upcoming World Championships, in which Justin Gatlin, Usain Bolt and Asafa Powell are expected to feature prominently.
People ask me about that level. Number one, I don't do predictions because, you know, what I said and blah, blah, blah. Number two, that's not my level. You know, I coach collegiate kids, I coach youth, I do clinics, and I stay there. I just say good luck to all of them. I hope the best person wins. But the reality, that's not where I am. I've only been to 1 World Championship since I retired, and I've been to the Olympics every year because I still work with Nike and some other companies, but I only go to the stadium once every time because I have to. Okay. So the reality is that doesn't excite me. Good luck to them. It's wonderful. I want USA to win and do well, but this is where I am. I'm out here with 12-year-olds and 13s and 17s where we can make a difference, and I love it. And so I don't really get into what they're doing, what these guys doing. There may be a meet today somewhere, and I don't really care. You know, good luck. But I hope that some kids from here are beating them. Then I'll have an interest. But right now, there's no connection.
And finally, who do you think is feeling better after Bridgetown magistrate Douglas Frederick dished out different sentences to a couple caught growing marijuana at their home at Phillips Road, St. Stephen's Hill in Black Rock? The woman in the case, Cassandra Kellyanne Lane, a 31-year-old cashier, was sentenced to 140 hours of community service. Her partner, 28-year-old Dwayne Anthony Critchlow, a gardener, was fined $1,000 and 2 months or 2 months in prison. So, would you prefer the fine or the 140 hours of community service? Who has got off the lightest? I leave that with you as we end this edition of Nation News. For more news, log on to nationnews.com, as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And remember to pick up your Daily Nation on Thursday or subscribe to our e-paper.